Welcome back to Marbella Now. My name is Nicole King.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted.
I know we need the rain, but this weather is just wonderful at the beginning of February, and it feels like we're in the height of summer. So do get out and about and make the most of this fabulous weather. But right now, join me at the Palacio de Congresos, the exhibition center here in the heart of Marbella. We're going up to the Foreigners Department, a department just for us, where we can go ask questions and get help on anything, whether it's registering on the town hall, getting your NI, whatever you need, any questions, they are so ready to help you. Plus, there's a great little space where you can do meetings if you need to. So join me now upstairs in the Foreigners Department here at the Palacio de Congresos. Let's go.
Hey, hey.
I'm delighted to welcome as my first guest this morning, John Neal of Cape Reed. He's been on the program several times, but not for ages. John, how lovely to see you again.
Same here. Thank you for having me again.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's been way too long. It's nice to have a catch-up, if nothing else.
Yeah, exactly.
If nothing else. So tell us, what's going on with you personally? You've moved recently down to the Costa del Sol?
Yeah, I moved from Cadiz to Estepona and absolutely loving it. It's a beautiful little town and yeah, enjoying it very much.
It is. Estepona is a lovely area. The whole thing doesn't have the benefit of our mountain protecting us from that weather. You definitely get a little bit cooler. It's funny, you can just go that little bit further up the coast and it's that much windier.
It is.
But still worth it. Quite lovely. The business obviously is going very, very well because you came more like a satellite kind of operation at the beginning, see how it took off. But you've been doing projects for the most emblematic companies and buildings that we have around here.
Yeah, that's right. Last year we did the renovation of the Meliá Dom Pepe here in Marbella, and currently right now we're doing a couple of large projects in Portugal, just outside of Lisbon.
And you also done things in the Puente Romano.
And Puente Romano, we did a Shanti Som in Monda, so yeah.
Very cool. You have to be, I'm sure that the company is well pleased with your results.
I should hope so.
I should hope so too, and obviously they are, because you're still here and it's still going strong. And I have to say that the change to the Dom Pepe, I love them. I grew up going on holiday to the Dom Pepe, so it's very much a place in my heart. So let's tell people a little bit about what Cape Reed does. I see you've actually brought some reeds with you.
Yeah.
It's like a Blue Peter program.
So what we do
I brought earlier.
Yeah, so what we do are thatched roofs. For chiringuitos, restaurants, obviously we're talking, the larger roofs, but for the private houses, we also do it for pool houses, gazebos, that sort of thing. And this is the material that we use for the thatching. It's called Cape Reed, like the company, and it comes from South Africa off the Western Cape. And one of the differences between this and the typical reed that we use in Europe is that this is a solid bamboo. It takes 6 years to grow, and you can feel it. It has like this natural silicone layer that protects it from humidity and from insects. So it's very durable. That's
important.
Yeah.
Particularly here with the humidity.
It is. So this will last, a well-thatched roof will last about maybe 30 years or so. We offer a 15-year warranty. And one of the things that people will usually ask me about is fire risk. So there's a couple things that we can do to mitigate that risk. First of all, what Cape Reed does is a standard feature in our roof is this fire retardant blanket that gets woven through the layers of the thatch, so you don't see it, but it's there within the roof. This will hold up to 500 degrees centigrade, and it prevents the fire from spreading, and a lot of times it will extinguish itself.
That's so important. Just thinking back to Laguna Village horror.
I get asked about that a lot.
Not really. I mean, we lived that, and my kids had friends who were working there and watching them with their live streaming in Instagram and them thinking that they were going to put it out, and you're just saying, the kids, get out of there, and that spread so quickly.
It did. It was also a very different material. It was whole other things happening there. So we have this as a standard feature in our thatched roofs. Now for the commercial projects, for the restaurants, the chiringuitos, it's mandatory. For residential, it's optional, is that we do have a fire retardant coating that goes on the roof layers on the inside and the outside. It's a chemical spray. It's colorless, odorless, non-toxic, and that will also prevent the fire from spreading if it falls onto the roof. That is all EU certified, as well as Dubai Civil Defense, since we do a lot of work in the Middle East. We're doing new testing now. We tweaked the formula a little bit so it's even more effective than before, and we should have those certifications very soon.
So you have to take this very seriously, because I love thatched roof. I grew up in England in an area that we had loads of thatched roofed houses, and it's one of my favorite things. It gives such character, such atmosphere, such warmth.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
take into consideration, obviously the main thing is this fire retardant. I would think would be one of the main factors about getting the reeds from Cape Reed.
Exactly, exactly. So these are the blanket, the spray, these are products that Cape Reed International offers. There are other things as well. If you have a roof that was not done by Cape Reed, so it's not going to have this, which is not a problem. As long as the company that did it was reputable, that they compacted the roof, which is very important, because if the roof is compacted, there's no oxygen in the roof, and so any fire will fall onto it is not going to spread as fast. There's other things that you can do as well. If you already have a gazebo in your place, take a look at it. Are there pine needles on it? Might be needed for a cleaning. Like anything for your house where you have to paint it every few years, a thatch roof, you have to clean it off once in a while. It's a service that Cape Reed does offer. It's economical, it doesn't cost much, it takes a day to do. Where we go through, we clean out the roof of any pine needles, any debris that fell onto it. We take out any rotten bits because it is a natural product. And then we compact the roof, make sure it's good and tight, put in some new thatch in there if we need it, touch it all up, and it'll look brand new. And if there is a chance of a fire, like somebody set off a firework nearby, forest fire, nothing's gonna stop that. But anything that's reduced, we can slow it down. Also check your electrics if you have any electrical fittings on the inside of it. Make sure it's installed by a qualified electrician.
That's actually a big factor here on the coast.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, particularly the foreigners, and I would say particularly the Brits, perhaps not so much so, could be in all the nationalities, but I know they very much tend to go to people of their own nationality, and they usually, or frequently, don't even know the local legislations, and they will fit things and do new electricity boxes, but they're not doing them to the Spanish codes or with the boxes that they officially say you have to have.
It happens, yeah, it happens. And especially, I mean, if we're talking about gazebos or pool houses, even if you have it enclosed, you still have to remember it's still an outdoor structure, so you need to make sure, you know, it's IP65 rated.
What does that mean?
It's electricals for outdoor use. Okay. Yeah. It goes up from there for outdoors, so it depends on how close you are to the water. Things that a qualified electrician will be able to determine. And
little things like overloading these extension plugs and things like that are also...
Yeah, it's just common sense. Common sense. I mean, the reality is fires more likely will happen from the inside of the roof than it will from the outside because of faulty wiring. It's very rare that we're going to have a lightning strike or somebody's going to, you know, launch a firework on your roof, and a cigarette butt is not enough to set this off, which people are always worried about. So
well, there are fires that have started just people doing barbecues, and the embers have floated and landed on the dry bush.
We are having a dry winter this year, so we have to take that in consideration too. You know,
I mean, the weather today is just surreal. The last week, it's like
it's beautiful weather. I'm not going to complain, but we also need the rain, and we're not getting it. So everything is dry, and that will also apply to your thatched roofs. It's going to be dry. It's going to gather dust. That's why. Take a look at it every 5 to 10 years, depending on where it's located. If it's getting a lot of sunshine, you can push it to 10 years. If it's getting a lot of shade, call me every 5 years to go get it cleaned.
So getting it cleaned is important, getting the right roof is important. Because you're bringing the reeds in from South Africa as opposed to using European product, particularly with all the changes since COVID and and all these things, that there are less boats charging more money. Have you found that to be a problem?
Not so much. We have an outstanding logistics operation based in Cape Town. We have, as far as loading boats, there was a problem in the beginning. It's all kind of evened out now. None of my transports go through the Red Sea, so we don't have to worry about that. And the only concern right now is the availability of material. We get lots of calls from other companies asking if we have more thatch. Fortunately, because of our logistics setup and our very, very close relationships with the farmers in South Africa, and the quantity of work that we provide them, material supplies has not been a problem for us either.
So it's a very important, the good reputation again goes around everything. We've been talking a lot about this lately, that a good company treats their staff well, treats their suppliers well, and having a friendship relationship, not just
and all that passes on to the
profit.
client. So, you know, the clients are very, very happy with the work that we do. Everything, you know, the first remark is, you're on time. So, you know, that goes a long way. Yeah, it's a big plus. It's like, you're actually on time, and you said that you get this done in this day, and it's done. It was like, yeah, that's what we do.
And your workforce, do you bring them with you? Are they local people, like when you're in Spain or in Portugal?
It's a mix. We have a couple of workers that are South African nationals. They are the master craftsmen that do the actual thatching. And they have a support team.
That's an important point.
Yeah, so these are people that grew up thatching. They're third generation, fourth generation thatchers. And we have a couple others that are originally from Bolivia and Paraguay, as well as Spanish nationals that are on the team. And then hopefully it'll be growing soon. We need more people.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So everything's going really well.
It's going really well.
It's really well. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone how well it's going. But that is fabulous that everything is going nicely. So you're working a lot in Portugal, and obviously people would like their house, garden, gazebo, hotel, restaurant, bar.
Exactly. I mean,
John's ready.
Yeah, we're here for you.
Got the team, got the staff,
Got the
product, got the know-how.
Got the design team, everything, yeah.
So that's another thing. Of course, I imagine each person, are there different designs, or is it just one thatch suit?
No, everything is handmade. Everything is custom made. We have a fully equipped design team. They're based in South Africa and in Dubai. So I'm in constant communication with them, saying the client wants a size like this, they want a shape like this, they want these sorts of features in the roof, and we do all of that.
So you have little catalogs and things that people can look through.
I can
and
show them samples, hundreds and thousands of thatch roofs that we've done. And then sometimes they go, I don't want anything like that. I want something completely different. Not a problem. We can do it. Very much a can-do attitude. In addition to the design side, we also provide technical specifications, structural calculations, because these do require planning permissions from the ayuntamientos. So we have to bring architects on board to get the visados through the Colegio de Arquitectos, and the first thing they ask for is structural calculations. We provide all of that.
Very comprehensive.
Yeah.
Making thatching easy.
It does.
It does. Kate Breed, John, thank you ever so
Wonderful.
much.
Thank you very much.
Look forward to seeing you another time.
Yeah.
Hi guys, Ross here from Hoganstown. Proud to be a member of the Zero Hero campaign. And we recommend everybody. Nobody drives drinking. Everybody who drives a car doesn't have any alcohol in their system, and we're proud to sponsor the Zero Hero program.
You've been out of shape and you feel like you've missed it. You dropped out the
Zero Hero!
Welcome to Vigo Banús. Zero Hero, welcome to Belmari.
hey, hey, it's a brand new hey, hey.
I have been talking about the ACCE Forum, ACCE, for years now. The lovely Francisca García Trelles, I love saying her name, it's so complex, has been coming to Marbella now to talk about this event, which goes on in Spanish, but in very emblematic cities on the Costa del Sol, all around Spain. And we're very lucky to have these events because huge names in the Spanish world of politics and philosophy, culture, come to speak at an event, and also some international speakers. It's always about very relative subjects, always very spot on. And this year, the event is going to be in March, the beginning of March, in Torremolinos, and the title is Apokalipsis. But Francisca guarantees me that there is a positive take on this apocalypse. So Francisca, good morning.
Good morning, dear Nicole.
Lovely to see you.
Thank you very much, because you always help us with this Congress, you know. And yes, it's true, this year the topic is Apokalipsis.
Apokalipsis. your events are in Spanish, but you do, as I say, have English speakers. I always feel sorry for the people who don't speak Spanish and who don't appreciate the reputation of the people you bring to speak at your events, like Enrique de Vicente.
Yes,
I mean, I've been watching Enrique de Vicente. So why Apokalipsis as the topic for this year?
Because I was feeling like many persons are thinking this. We are living the apocalypse. Many persons, this is in the consciousness of the people, and you see too much things are happening at the same time. Pandemic, a strong change in economic, in social, in politics, catastrophism.
War, lots of wars, go from one to the other, hate this one, hate this one, hate this one.
A lot of divorce, this is other apocalypses. Climate change, the wars, because now we are very important wars, all at the same time. And the people feel like we are in this situation. And I was thinking, why don't put name to this and put all the things on the table? And that's why it's coming Apokalipsis. We are in Apokalipsis because we want to put all of these things on the table for see what good we can take or learn from all of this situation. How is the possibilities for have a good future, and how we can take the control of our lives and be better in these moments, you know, in these moments and situation. Because if you make, know your programs, dear Nicole, but if you put the notice, what good notice do you have?
There's no good news.
Because I collaborate in a laboratory of psychiatry, laboratory of virtual reality and empathy, and it's now 1 of 3 persons have mental illness. This is too much. Something is really wrong, and I think it's good time for start to accept the situations and see the good things can develop for us. What good things can give to us and to the world.
What people are coming to speak at this event?
I was bringing again my dear Marilyn Rossner, because she was making the prophecy 1 year ago of this war of Israel and Hamas. And she said the end, you know, is not the third mundial war.
It's not the Third World War.
No, no, we are not going to leave this, okay? This is what she says. And she has her arguments. She is speaking this spiritual connection she has. You know, she's excellent medium. And I was bringing again because now is these big conflicts and many situations are heavy. And for what is Marilyn, what intuition she have about this, for she can make a demo with all the persons who to leave these contacts. She's
quite a fascinating woman. When we finish, I'm going to show you a little interview I did with Marilyn Rossner after your event in Nerja at the end of last year, which was fabulous. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed the event, I enjoyed the location, I enjoyed Nerja. It was a very, very interesting event.
And was coming persons from many countries, many places, from all Spain, and was coming, I like it very much, from other countries.
You have a big following. You've been doing this for years, and I see you have a big following. It's like you have a fan club, but you bring people that are very noteworthy. And like in last event with Pedro Baños, I mean, he's a colonel of the Spanish military, very high up, and to hear him talking about the elites and what's going on in the sense from a point of knowledge. He's not making suppositions or guessing. He's talking from the facts that he knows.
Exactly, because he has privileged information. But now he said one thing I think is very interesting. It's like in a war, all persons lie. This means now it's very difficult to take the truth inside of the information, because we are in war and all the persons lie. This is interesting, and I think it's funny because we can be more selective, more intelligent, and more in ourselves thinking, this is true, this is not true, what is the reality about this situation?
It's hard to know, because I think the only way of getting a rough idea is to look at the news from all the different countries to see what they're saying, and then maybe in the middle you can find a grain of truth. Maybe. It's difficult, very difficult. You must look official channels and know official, but knowing in all of they are lies, because it's very difficult. And now we have this intelligence, I don't know in English, inteligencia artificial. Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence, and with this they can make excellent videos and all. Will be absolutely difficult to know what is reality. And I think this is a philosophical question, no? A beautiful question. We can play with this for be more the person we are. No?
I think it's a lot of people don't appreciate how much can be created through artificial intelligence, even using a green screen, making out that there's some terrible disaster going on when it's just all studio and setup. I know how I can change things on my little level when I do an interview, how you can cut and stick and change. You can change the whole meaning of something.
Oh my God.
So when you put that on a professional level with really invested interests to trick us, it can be very shocking.
Now you're going to be afraid of
exactly.
you, Nicole, because maybe you can tease me.
But you know me, when I do any chopping and changing, it's to make someone look better. Yes. I'm taking out the bits where they maybe made a mistake. I do it the other way around. I'm just making them look better.
The best photos of me is Nicole who takes.
Es que te veo con buenos ojos. I see you come out, and life is energy.
Sí.
And I do think that when the energy transfers through people to people, through the cameras, I think it comes across. Yeah. So what dates have we got for this year for the Apokalipsis?
I love this.
The non-apocalypse.
I say to all the persons, we're meeting Apokalipsis. It's fantastic. Will be 9 and 10 of March. This is the good Apokalipsis. 9 and 10 of March. Will be with us, you know, Cristina Martin. I like this woman.
She's a brave woman.
Very brave. She's a mundial bestseller with some books, and she was the first person, and it's a woman, speaking about the conspiracy and the elites. I don't know.
Yeah, the elite.
The elites.
Those who are in control that we don't know.
Exactly. This was and real was for she very difficult, because she was having, persons, amenazas, and she was
threats. But I think it's so sad that we live in a time that unless you agree with the accepted conversation, you're a conspiracy theorist, or you're an idiot, or you're wearing tin hats, just because of asking questions and maybe looking at what could be happening and just asking questions, which is what I grew up to encourage. Ask questions, be curious, don't just accept things on face value. And yet now if you don't accept things on face value, you're a conspiracy theorist. So it's a very scary time to live in when you can't have freedom of thought or speech.
Yes, exactly. And you think, oh, now all is very, is more freedom, because in media we share and we have very much information, but very much of this information can be lies. But at the same time, it's too much control. It's funny, it's this duality, no?
A world of duality.
This duality, and I think it's moments of strong dualities, strong confrontation. Interesting moment for life.
Very interesting moment, and a very good reason, if you are curious, to go along to the Foro ACCE 2024, the 9th and 10th of March in the Palacio de Congresos of Torremolinos, in the exhibition centre of Torremolinos.
Yes.
I will be there, Ana Francisca will be there. Will Arthur be there?
Arthur will be there.
And Marilyn Rossner will be there. So thank you.
And
Enrique de Vicente.
Sí, Cristina Martín. And some doctors, some persons from...
All on the website, right?
Yes,
you can see everything on the website.
All is in the website. It's very different speakers, different ideas. We have workshops, conferences, round tables. It's very interactive. And you can meet the speakers free because we have this possibility in the Congress.
Fabulous.
Yes, I say it's a meeting point of souls, no?
That's a lovely way to put it. And if you would like to go, if you don't speak Spanish, go to the website and just check out, for example, when Dr. Marilyn Rossner will be there. She speaks in English, and you can choose the things that are most interesting. But if you speak Spanish, go for the whole 2 days, because you will be blown away. I have to say, I find it quite enlightening. Ana Francisca, thank you. I will see you very soon, hopefully before the event. And now let's go and meet Dr. Marilyn Rossner, because I popped up to the apartment where she was staying during the Nerja event, and it'd be nice for you just to meet her. She's quite something. Gracias.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nicole. Thank you.
Dr. Marilyn Rossner, what an honor and a pleasure. Thank you for your time.
It's an honor for me to be here.
You travel the world giving messages to others.
I travel the world with the main message that there is no death and that life is eternal.
How do you know that?
Well, I was born with a gift known as mediumship, and ever since I'm 6 years old, I see into the other world.
Is it something you can turn on or off?
Sure.
Oh, that's a relief at least.
No, it's wonderful to see people around people.
Should we be scared? We get very...
Not at all. When we know that we do not die, that we're going to meet our loved ones, for people who have lost children, what a relief it is for them to know that their children are growing in the other world. And knowing about life eternal gives us a tremendous responsibility to live in a clean way, to live with prayer, with meditation. And I'm a practicing yogi, and I have been involved in yoga since I'm a very young teenager.
I heard 1961 was a life-changing moment for you.
Well, 1961, I had the great honor of meeting Swami Vishnu Devananda, and he is the great guru of the whole Shivananda Yoga organization. And since then, from that day to this day, I've never tried any other yoga or did anything other than follow the Shivananda Yoga system.
And what is that system, if I may ask?
It's a wonderful system. It talks about breathing exercises, repeating sounds, stretches, or simple exercises, and also proper nutrition and positive thinking.
Well, certainly all sounds very beneficial.
It is.
When you are at one of your events, how do you know who to choose to speak to? Is it that some spirits speak out louder than others?
My spirit guides point out, go here, go here, go here.
You mentioned that you would never give bad information. What do you do when you see that there's something about a person that maybe isn't in their interests?
Well, if I see that someone can have an accident, Spirit will tell me what to tell them so they won't have an accident.
Do you feel like you get to speak to enough people? Do you feel that you are accomplishing your mission?
Oh, for sure. But you know, for many years I was a university teacher, and while I was teaching at the university, I also had a spiritualist church. I was married to an Anglican priest, but 11 years ago the Lord called him back home.
Do you still speak to him?
Of course, every day.
What does he say?
He tells me he's around me, he tells me what he's doing.
Do you never feel uncomfortable having these other presences in your presence?
Not at all. It's a joy to see all the people. Like I see all kinds of people around you.
What would be, apart from don't fear death, the main message that you want to convey?
I want to let everybody know that we have a purpose while we're here. We're born with a goal, a purpose, and a mission. And that we have to take care of ourselves, eat properly, have enough rest, exercise, and be kind to one another and loving to one another.
What about the people who haven't found their mission? It's very easy for those who know what they want to do and what they want to be.
Well, when they die, they will one day wake up and find out their mission.
So it's never too late?
No, it's never too late.
Do we come back to life many times?
Yes, we do.
Many, many times?
Many, many times.
Millions of years of times?
We keep on coming until we have completed what we were supposed to do.
I've heard in different circles that your mother can one day be your daughter or your cousin, or we come back related within the same circle of people.
Not necessarily, but we are connected to the generations in our heritage.
What would be your goals coming up? Because you're already doing so much, but I imagine a woman like yourself still wants to do more. What are the projects that you feel you would like to accomplish still?
Oh, to travel and to let people know that life is eternal. And I'm a specialist with handicapped children, and I want everybody to love all these children. Every year for the last 27 years, I go to Africa and I help support 7 agencies in Africa.
What can we do to support your causes?
Pray, meditate, do yoga, learn about life after death.
You will be in Torremolinos in March.
I will, and I'm looking forward to being there.
Do you take private appointments for people if they would like to see you individually?
Yes, I do.
So they can come and see you at the forum?
They can.
And they can
see
also
me at
book
the forum and then privately.
Thank you so much, Dr. Marilyn.
Thank you for the opportunity.
I got tingles. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Hey, hey.
Hi, I'm Monica.
Hi, I'm Paula.
We are sisters and we are here to talk to you because we are the founders of Family Support Group. This is a company that began many years ago when our mom died. It was something horrible for us because nobody can help us. And in this moment we decided that no one who faced a terrible illness can be in the same process like us.
So that was the reason that we created Family Support Group. And we bring you the doctors, caregivers and nurses to your own house for help you.
Our mom wanted to be at home and we had problems with the healthcare system in Spain because you must talk with a lot of doctors, you must try to investigate many things and many information, and we were absolutely alone.
We can bring you all the medical service to your house.
We want to be your family support group.
No one needs to pass away in a hospital or in a hospice. You can be in your own house with your family and with all the dignity and treatment that you need for your family. Call us. We are here for you.
Zero Hero, welcome to the Sister Restaurant.
Zero Heroes, welcome to Urban Chai. It's that time of year again. We're going to make it happen on the 8th of March with Costa Women. And joining us now is our leader, Ali Meehan, president and founder of Costa Women. Good morning. How nice to see you, Ali.
Nicole.
Well, I mean, you have made such an amazing group with Costa Women that it's quite admirable. A free association just to join everyone together who's thinking of coming living here, started off online, now you have all different types of ambassadors around Spain that do coffee mornings and events and groups, so you must be feeling well proud.
Yeah, no, very, very excited about the new year ahead as well, about what we can achieve together.
Tell us, give us a rundown on what's expected for 2024.
Well, obviously we've got the conference on the 8th of March, which I'm really looking forward to. This will be our 11th year that we've hosted it. But we've also got other events coming up over the Christmas time. We were encouraging ladies to to use one of our local coaches who are offering free time to actually get themselves motivated in towards the new year. So there's lots of projects coming up.
Who's going to be at the event this year? Because you have varied speakers, but always with the same philosophy of empowering, get up off your tuchus and do something. Yes, you can.
Yeah, because the theme for the event is make it happen by being you. So I really like the speakers to focus on the you part, because I think we all are guilty of looking at other people's social media posts and what everybody else is doing and think, why am I not doing that? Or I should be doing something. And actually, no, you shouldn't. You should be staying in your own lane and doing what's best for your business. So it's very much a focus around that. So we've got 9 speakers again this year. And they're talking about all sorts of different topics, everything from that empowerment piece to using Pinterest for your business, which is an old tool, but actually a really good one to be using for your business now, because advertising on there is much cheaper than Facebook. So it's a really good tool to be using. So we've got all sorts of different topics.
For me, Pinterest is literally just a place where you put pretty pictures. I've never thought much of it, particularly not for business as such.
Yeah, you can actually have advertising on there, so you can actually advertise. So we've got Laura Charles, who I think you probably know, who's got the business of weddings. She actually manages to sell quite a lot of her weddings on Pinterest, because it's very aspirational, isn't it, Pinterest? So real estate agents are using it a lot as well, because it gives that aspirational piece, but also people then can connect with them after to find out where they can buy. And
good thing I'm coming to the event so I can learn more about this, because I really have no concept of this whatsoever. So my daughter sends me Pinterest things. Mummy, look, you can do this for your terrace. Mummy, look at this pink house. It's even more pink than yours. But that's literally the limit that I thought of Pinterest.
Yeah. Well, you had on the show today the guy from Cape
Reed.
So for him it would be perfect, because he could then be showing the Cape Reed roofs on Pinterest, and people would then contact him for having their roofs done.
Exactly, and I have to ask this lady how I can present Marbella now and Good Morning Spain. What can I do for that?
Yeah.
Oh, very interesting, but yes.
Yep, so that's one of the topics. And then we've got all sorts of different things. We've got a lady who founded a group for women who are high achievers. And when I first met her, she said, "That's you," and I was like, "No, it's not. Yes, it is." So that's going to be really interesting, and all sorts of different topics we're covering. Let me just see who I've forgotten. We've got a lady talking about how to awaken your senses in your workplace. So she's an architect, but she works very much with the 5 senses that we have. So how we can actually make our workspace work for us, because now more and more women are working from home. It means that we can actually have a really lovely space within our home, even if it's just a small desk space, but you can still make that beautiful, and how you can make that work for you and not be cluttered and full of junk and stuff. But
very important. I do a lot of work from home, and I find sometimes I have my big computer and half of it is like against the wall, and then there's a bit of, and I find sometimes I don't want to sit with, even though the screen's there and I don't see the wall behind, but it does give a feeling of being more crammed, and I end up with the laptop on the sofa, sitting all hunched over, as opposed to my great enormous Mac. For the same reason, perhaps just need to condition the space a little better.
Yeah, make it your space rather than somewhere that you've sort of shoved everything together. So a lot of different speakers. We've actually got Sandy Aishing, she's a clinical hypnotherapist. She, over the lockdown, lost 13 kilos by hypnosis. So she hypnotized herself to get thinner. And now she's got a program that's really well received all around the world. So she'll be one of the speakers.
I'm so proud of her, because you really, I never thought she was big, to be honest with you. But when you see the difference now,
it's phenomenal.
And then you realise, oh, well, maybe you did have weight to do, because I hadn't noticed that. She wasn't a big person.
No.
But without a doubt that 13 kilos, especially on a medium-sized woman, is noticeable.
Yeah, and she had a lot of problems with her back, so that's really solved her back issues now as well. So, yeah, things like that.
No, we don't think about that, how extra weight puts extra stress and pressure on our bones bodies. And our organs.
Yeah, yeah. And then we've got personal brand strategist. We've got a lady who's the founder of Thrive Media, which is a London-based company who've got a magazine, but she's now moved to Valencia, so she's coming to speak. She's very much aspirational. And then Marlene Rose-Shaw, who's got Making Powerful Connections. She's working with couples now, expat couples, to try and help them connect better. But she's going to be talking about how we can use communication within our business. And then using different personality types in your sales and marketing. That's going to be an interesting talk from Marie-Lise Verheer, who's coming over to join us from, I've forgotten the country she lives in, but she's got a home here as well, so yeah.
Nice, it's a big mix, but again, all coming to the same thing. I like the aspect of by being you. I think a lot of people take on a role and an image of like they have to be that person. I'm the lawyer, I'm the architect, and they take on this persona.
Yeah.
When it's so much better to just be yourself. Like I say to all my guests, so many people do the same thing.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes you different is you.
Yeah, exactly.
To highlight you and what you offer, because there is someone for everything.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I shared that in the business group this week because we have got a lot of coaches within the community. But I said, but you're all different. You all have different audiences. You all have different things you offer. So you know, there's no, oh, I'm just another coach. You aren't. You're completely you, and completely unique. And we don't, as I say, we don't all get on. If you think of like a friend, and you have a friend's friend, and you don't necessarily get on with your friend's friend, but you get on with the friend. We don't, as I say, we all need different things. We look for different things. Yeah. Yeah. The event starts at what time on the 8th? The event starts at 9:30 on the 8th. The night before, we've actually got a pre-event networking event at the food room in Guadalmina Baja. Fabulous place. Fabulous place, yeah. And if you can't come to the conference, but you can come to the networking, you're welcome to come to that. So if you just go to costawomen.com/conference, you get all the information about the two events we've got. But yeah, the conference starts at 9:30, finishes about 4:30. It includes your lunch, which is being catered by the Sanctuary Cafe from La Cala de Mijas, and it's just going to be a fantastic day. So it's arrive, register, go in, do some of listen to the talks, have lunch, network, chat. Absolutely. More little chats and things. Yeah, yeah. Well worth it, and obviously you get to meet a lot of people. To network, it's a great moment to network apart from learning experience. Yeah, yeah. And we've got some stands there again this year. We've got Marina, who's got her new real estate academy, who I know you're going to have on this morning as well. So that's going to be really exciting to hear what she's doing with that. She was one of my speakers in the second International Women's Day conference I took part in. 9 years ago. 9 years ago, yeah. So doesn't seem possible. It's really fun to have her back again. And then we've got Avalon Funeral Plans and Currencies Direct too that are sponsoring the event. Wonderful. So lots of information, lots of people to meet. 8th of March in the Andalucia Lab, which is a great space as well. It's also co-working space, not co-working space. You can actually get office space there. It's great if you don't have an office yourself and you're starting up. Do check out the Andalucia Lab. And what better moment than at the Costa Women's Make It Happen by being you. Well done, Ali. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you there. Yeah. Well, at the food room first. I look forward to seeing you there too. Hey, hey.
Welcome to Sunday.
Hey, hey. Ali Meehan mentioned Marina. Well, here she is, Marina Nietzak, who is a very emblematic member of the Costa del Sol group. Over 10 years ago, I think, when I first met you, and Correct. You launched Lux Marbella as a Costa woman. That's and right. Then you had the idea of making a group for the Russians that were coming here, who had no idea what to do. And the very first interview I ever did, holding a microphone to interview someone, was Marina, because she was launching her event, and I went up there to the Green Label restaurant or something,
Royal
at a tennis
Tennis
club,
Club.
the Royal Tennis Club, and I managed to convince TV Marbella to send a camera, and I hadn't even started the program at that time. And Soraya
Because you were
came.
on the radio before, right?
I was doing the radio, and then I changed from doing iTalk, was just starting to do the talks with TV Marbella. And Marina's,
like
what
a
do you
different
mean?
lifetime,
You
right?
said, like, what do you mean you're not coming? It's like, well, that radio station doesn't exist anymore. And you're like, well, work it out. And I did.
You did work
I
it out.
did.
Indeed.
So it was when I first met Soraya, and she came and she gave the microphone. What do I do with this? So a long time has gone by, a lot of changes, but for you too. Looks Marbella, very successful, but you've grown and you've gone into real estate.
Correct.
You rebranded last year.
That's
very happy to go to your party. It was very nice. So tell us a bit about the process and the changes that have come about.
Yes, so we did, as we started the second decade, there are so many different opportunities that have been knocking on our door, and it was high time for us to reflect kind of the new, modern, much more international company that we have become. And obviously Lux Marbella was referring just to Marbella, and we're quite beyond that. And these days, I think with the global trend, I think you can't really stay local anymore. So the Lux Marbella has become LM Group Real Estate in our 10th anniversary that we danced the night away together with Ali as well. Yes, nice live music, nice. We really enjoyed it. So now 11th birthday is coming up soon, so we'll have to do something fun as well. So LM Group, it was renamed into Group because there are several other activities which we've been invited to participate in, to lead, that are related to real estate, but much more global, much more in a wider audience setting. And one of these things is LM Group Real Estate Academy.
So what's the academy? It sounds exciting.
Yes, we are super excited because the more you get into something and the more you start to understand it. First thing is you start understanding just how much more you need to understand. I think the more you start digging, the more you think, wow, it's a whole different world. The world of e-learning is just growing, I think, so many millions every year. And the academy is online academy for all those all around the world that are so curious about what is it like being a real estate agent in Spain, how to become one, because of course Spain is one of those few countries for now that doesn't have a regulation, doesn't have a obligatory qualification, certification that you would need to get in order to be a real estate agent. So there are so many people, you know, in the States it's such a complex qualification, or, you know, in the UK the estate agent is a very regulated profession, the same as banking, the same as, you know, almost a lawyer. And so here in Spain, you know,
it's actually quite curious.
Some taxi drivers are also, you know, real estate agents, and some gardeners are also some real estate agents. You know, they compare it to Los Angeles, where, you know, I'm your waiter, but also I'm an actor. So, you know, here in
everyone's
Spain,
real estate.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good analogy.
I'm a waiter, but also, you know, I can show you some homes. And it's been called for by many associations. It's been called to start regulating it some more because, of course, we want to keep a great reputation for Spain, in our case in particular for Costa del Sol, where people who are real estate agents actually know what they're doing, and they're being correct, they're being transparent, they're informing people who want to invest and to move here. But so far, there hasn't been anything, and on our door, certainly, on my own door personally, probably almost every day somebody knocks and says, can I join your team? I've seen, you know, I've seen your Instagram, you know, it looks so cool. You guys are all, you know, at some luxury village, sipping champagne, obviously making lots of money. And, you know, here you have to do absolutely nothing to qualify. So what, you know, what's the market about? What do I do? How do I make money? Can I please, you know, join your team? What do I have to do? And for me, it's been, you know, a challenge because I'm not a rude person. I can't just, you know, ignore them all because, you know, a lot of them tell you their story. You know, there are some people who have been in insurance for 20 years and they're having their middle life crisis. I don't want to be corporate anymore. I don't want to be, you know, Madrid based. I want to come to the coast. I want to do, you know, I'm seeing Netflix and $1 million listings and selling sunsets. You know, I want to be one of those guys. What do I have to do? And obviously I can't either, you know, give them all
my time, one-to-one, personal training, explaining to them the opportunity. So the academy really came from that, of people knocking on the door, seeing social
alone.
media.
Go look at this and I'll tell you all about it. Clever girl.
Exactly. So it's kind of turning these situations into an opportunity, and the opportunity is there because vast majority, I would say 95% of people who knock on my door are expats. Expats from all walks of life, from Sweden nowadays. There is more and more from United States. There is a big move of Canadian American families moving here, or at least finding out, and it's like, what do I do here? What are the jobs? And of course, I like what you're doing. Your video showing me a villa, I'm based in the States and you're there, and it's sunshine all the time. So I want to do that. How do I do that? So it's turning it into opportunity, and it's all in English because it's for expats selling property and our lifestyle to fellow expats.
Exactly, and hopefully them getting the right information so they don't sell you the wrong thing, because you have to be so careful on the Costa del Sol. So many places are embargoed or don't have building permits in the first place, and they exist. So if you don't have the person who really knows what they're doing and is genuinely honest and upfront, you can have so many problems.
Absolutely,
yes.
Many problems. So the first course, which we're launching on the 8th of March together at the conference with Costa Women in Andalucia Lab, is called Selling Spanish Sunsets, and it's 10 modules. And in modules, you have everything from the mindset you need to have, because you have to be an entrepreneur. It's not a job, it's not a 9-to-5 job. Everything from there to what is the actual opportunity, what is the market, what are the possible niches, what are the services, how do you get paid, how do you develop your network, to, of course, the hardcore subjects like you've mentioned, the legalities of it, the mortgages, which is a big thing for a lot of expats, taxes, technology, what kind of systems do we use here. So it's a very kind of meaty course that you have, and you can complete within 5 weeks online. And that's what we're launching on the 8th of March.
Well, I'm very proud of you, and I'm very happy for you, because it's been wonderful watching the progress, and even you're very entrepreneurial, and seeing the niche for helping the Russians come in, because at the beginning they had no idea, even making maps for them, because we forget that they don't even have the same alphabet apart from a different language.
Yes.
So it was wonderful to see how you just spot those different niches, and that you're growing, and together with one and making it just a great family business.
Thank you very much. Yes, we have grown, and I'm so happy when there's 3 of us here as well, because we've all, when I met Ali, I think there was about 300 women in Costa Women. This is like 11 years ago. When we met, you didn't even have a program. Now you have 2. Maybe more in the making. So it's nice to be growing together, supporting each other, and watching each other grow.
Isn't it just?
Yes.
Oh, dame la mano, Pepe Luis. It is very cool. Marina Nietzak, thank you very much. Lovely to see you. We'll be seeing you at the Food Room and at Andalucia Lab on the 7th and 8th of March. If you don't have your tickets, you do need to get tickets. The event does fill up very quickly. You can either go just to the Food Room on the evening of the 7th. It starts at 6 to meet the speakers and network with delicious food at the Food Room. Or you can go from 9:30 on the 8th to the Andalucia Lab, and then have a full day of educational fun, I think is the best thing. And networking. Everyone likes their networking.
Absolutely.
I don't, but everyone likes their networking. Thanks, Ray.
Hey, hey.
Well, that's it for another week. Thank you so much for joining us. As you can see, there is a lot going on in our city, and we don't want you to miss any of it. If you want to know what information the Town Hall can provide you, contact them. There's a newsletter they can send you every 2 weeks. And not only will you get information about others' happenings, you can send them information about what you're doing for them to share with the community. Sign up to their newsletter, and why not sign up to mine as well from my website, nicoleking.es. I'm going to go now for a little stroll in the Old Town. Please do join me. Have yourselves a great week. Look after yourself. See you next week. Bye for now.
Dices hola guapa, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Quieres hacer cosas en mi casa? Es atrevido, pero me gustas tú. Es que no me voy a casa contigo. Déjame sola, que es tu motivo. Quiero escuchar la música. space. Me and the girls were here to invade. Shaking my ass, but it's not for your sake. How many times can I say no before you go away? 'Cause you ain't getting none of this. Stop begging me to stay. Pa' ti, no hay nada pa' ti, pa' ti, pa' ti. So keep your hands above me. Pa' ti, no hay nada pa' ti, pa' ti, 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 ti. Nada aquí pa' ti, pa' ti. Nada aquí pa' ti, pa' ti. Nada aquí pa' ti, pa' ti. No hay nada aquí pa' ti. Para de tocarme, no te voy a dar nada. Si no me dejas, si no me dejas, tendremos problemas. Para de tocarme, no te voy a dar nada. Keep your hands up. Nada aquí pa' ti, pa' ti. Nada aquí pa' ti, pa' ti. Nada aquí pa' ti, pa' ti. No hay nada aquí pa' ti. Dices hola guapa, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Quieres hacer cosas en mi casa? Es atrevido, pero me gustas tú. Es que no me voy a casa contigo. Déjame sola, que es tu motivo. Quiero escuchar la música. Pa' ti, no hay nada pa' ti, pa' ti, pa' ti. So keep your hands above me. Pa' ti, no hay nada pa' ti, pa' ti, 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 ti. Nada aquí pa' ti, pa' ti. Nada aquí pa' ti, pa' ti. Nada aquí pa' ti, pa' ti. No hay nada aquí pa' ti. Back up and give me my space. Me and the girls were here to invade. Shaking my ass, but it's not for your sake. How many times can I say no before you go away? 'Cause you ain't getting none of this. Stop begging me to stay. Pa' ti, no hay nada pa' ti, pa' ti, pa' ti. So keep your hands above me. Pa' ti, no hay nada pa' ti, pa' ti, 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 ti. Nada aquí pa' ti, pa' ti. Nada aquí pa' ti, pa' ti. Nada aquí pa' ti, pa' ti. No hay nada aquí pa' ti. Para de tocarme, no te voy a dar nada. Si no me dejas, si no me dejas, tendremos problemas. Para de tocarme, no te voy a dar nada. Keep your hands up. Nada aquí pa' ti, pa' ti. Nada aquí pa' ti, pa' ti. Nada aquí pa' ti, pa' ti. No hay nada aquí pa' ti. Dices hola guapa, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Quieres hacer cosas en mi casa? Es atrevido, pero me gustas tú. Es que no me para de tocarme.